Now, I don't know if the Hive is ever going to add another minigame, but here are 5 that they could try. Now, at number 5, we have duels. Right now, CubeCraft is the only server that I know, featured server, that has duels, and as you can see, they're a little bit funky. I don't really know what's happening here. I have an enchanted golden apple, which seems a bit insane, I'm not gonna lie. Now he's eating the enchanted golden apple, so this is gonna take forever. But anyways, before I explain more of what duels would look like on Hive, I'm just gonna go over how I'm structuring this video. So first of all, these are ranked based on, first of all, how much I think Hive would actually do them, and second of all, how much I want Hive to add these games, because let's be honest, they're not adding any of these. But hey, maybe there's a Hive dev watching this. Hey, Glangstar, I'm talking to you, okay? I'm talking to you right now. Hey, you gotta watch this because I have so many good ideas. Trust me. Of course, I have like no coding experience or knowledge, so I might sound like an idiot. But you know what? That's fine. I'm willing to do that. Now, duels on CubeCraft, oh my gosh, they're really easy, man. They're really easy. But when they work, they're actually pretty good because they queue really fast. And it's just a random kit, you go in, you 1v1 a guy. Obviously, I think the kits could be, like, better if it was Hive, and, you know, the fights would probably be a bit better than this on Hive. But I just really like the quick queuing style, where it's just, okay, I'm in a game here. So on Hive, what I would imagine this would be like is, hey, you can queue for a duels game, and you get queued up against one other guy. But instead of it being just one duel, it's 5 random kits, or, like, mini duels in a row. So it's the first 1 to 3 goals, kind of like bridges. Like, you got to get 3 points to win, and the first person to get 3 points wins. But it's 3 different, like, mini kits are duels, so that way it, like, goes really fast. It's still a good time. But then also, it doesn't just have to be kits like it does on CubeCraft, where every time it's the same. Ooh, okay? What I'm trying to say, it doesn't have to just be kits, okay? You can have different actual game modes within duels. Like, you queue 5 different random games, and one of them's just like stick fight, like it is on Zeka, where you, like, have 5 blocks, you just gotta knock them off. And then it gives you a countdown, like 3-second countdown to the next duel, and maybe the next duel is like a sumo, or maybe it's just like a sword and you fight each other. I just think that would be a great way of making this good for both, like, sweats that want to play it and, like, random players on their Xbox just trying to queue some random duels. And also, of course, do not make this ranked, okay? Just device-based matchmaking, that's it, and then you run it. As far as possible duels you could have some sumo, stick fight, maybe an archer kit, or like a pearl fight, for example, might be cool. Anyways, that's just duels though, and I don't think that Hive is very likely to add this, but it's just a cool way they could add it. Now, number 4, I also think there's no chance they add this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Hive should add something like Pillars of Fortune. Now, okay, I don't think Hive is gonna add 3 of these ideas, but 2 of them I actually think they could add, like maybe. This one, probably not, because realistically they're spending a lot of time on other things, and this, you'd have to design a game. Because Hive wouldn't just be adding Pillars of Fortune, they'd be doing something like Hypixel did, where they add, like, 1-block Bed Wars. That was cool that Hypixel did that, but, you know, that is a lot of, like, work to, like, design a game. I guess it's not really. It could be a meme game. I don't know. I don't see Hive doing it, but it would be awesome, because a game like this, it appeals to casuals and sweats, like, a lot. I don't even really know what it is about it, but, like, it's very slow paced, but also just a good time. And I feel like CubeCraft really fumbled the idea here, because, like, man, you gotta vote for all the cool map modifiers they have. On Hive, instead of, like, having to pay for a rank to vote for, like, map modifiers, you could just, like, vote for the map, and then, like, randomly, like, 30 seconds into the game, or, like, every 60 seconds, maybe every 90 seconds, like, a new modifier's added. Like, you start doing a death swap randomly, because I know CubeCraft has that. They also have, like, a inventory swap where it randomly gives you, like, 5 items, and then you just get it swapped every few seconds. Oh, and Hive could change the loot pool. Instead of being, like, full random, they could, they could do so much with it. They could have, like, knockback boomboxes. They could have an ultimate knockback boombox. Oh, there's just so much Hive could do with a random RNG based game like this. Again, they'd probably have to do, like, think about it a lot, and I don't think Hive likes to add games that are just kind of random, kind of unpolished, but maybe just this once. Did you just die? Okay, dude. I'm only gonna play the 1 round for that, because honestly, I have the least ideas for that one, even though Hive could definitely cook up something really cool if they tried. I just don't think they will. Now, number 3, I want to see Hive at a parkour game. Now, wait, okay, I know I know that Parkour Warriors, or what I don't even know what it's called, man. Parkour Worlds, I know that exists on Hive, okay? But, like, it hasn't been updated since it came out. It's getting, like, 100 concurrent players, which honestly isn't that bad. But there's very little replayability to that, and that's fine. Parkour Worlds, it's fine. But, like, if you want to make a good parkour game mode that, like, people can replay, you gotta make it a competitive parkour game. Like, right now, this is CubeCraft. In theory, I'm racing a dude across from me, but you know, he's really not racing that much. Now, competitive parkour on CubeCraft only has 16 players, but that's because they did it wrong. Okay, Hive would not do it like this. Because this is just a one-on-one race, okay? I don't interact with this guy across from me at all. There's nothing happening. He's just over there. If he beats me, the game ends. If I beat him, the game ends. I think the better way to do like a competitive parkour game mode is like what MCCI does with Parkour Warriors Survivors. That's like a good game. But obviously Hive won't just copy that. Wait, this is actually kind of a close game and I walked off! No! No! Okay, but hear me out. Hive could do this the way Mineplex did it. And I'm not going to be able to find footage for this at all. Like, there's no chance. But there used to be this Mineplex minigame where there'd be a dragon chasing you. You'd have, like, a leap, and you'd just do parkour and try and get to the end. If you were too slow, you'd die. That's how it worked. And I could imagine Hive doing something like that. Now, if I remember correctly, which, again, I probably don't, that Mineplex thing had like 3 different maps. Maybe it was a lot more. I actually feel like it was kind of similar to Death Run, so maybe they had a lot of maps. But this one actually wouldn't be that much like building for the Hive team. I think what they could do is they could do it like MCCI where they just swap out maps when they need to. I really don't know if that makes sense at all, but like basically you'd have it where one section is built and then another section's built, and those sections can be interchanged with other sections. Like a section is just like 8 to 10 jumps. It's a really simple little area, and then they're just joined together. Literally just the way MCCI Parkour Warrior Survivor goes, but basically it's more like a death run, except the death is just like the level is falling apart behind you. You just gotta parkour, you gotta keep going. Again, I think that could work for casual players because they just doing parkour, like finishing death run. I've seen a lot of people, they can barely finish the death run maps even if the deaths weren't there, okay, and they're still playing. So the casual people can play it and they're not gonna finish the map, but they'll get close and it'll be fun. And then like the competitive people can all race each other like gravity sweats, just trying to get the fastest possible time, trying to get that first place. So I think that has some good appeal. But yeah, no, that's just parkour. Simple game mode. And I should clarify that all of these are fairly simple game modes because I don't think Hive is going to go out here like adding UHC to their server, okay? They don't got the time for that. They don't care. They're only adding small game modes from now on. And honestly, that's fine because at number 2, we have something that I could see being an LTM, kind of like Mob Game. And it's One in the Chamber. Okay, if you don't know what One in the Chamber is, it's a very simple concept. Basically, bows one-shot people. Whenever you kill somebody, you get an arrow, and then you can keep one-shotting people. It's that simple, unless you miss all your bow shots. And then you win by getting the most kills. It's quite simple, isn't it now? And oh my gosh, even though this game is on Lifeboat, it's so fun. Like, dude, how did they make a Lifeboat game fun? I don't understand. It's not possible. Like, there's so many things wrong with this because it's a Lifeboat and, you know, their game design, like, is silly. But like, it's still good. Like, I just respawned right where I died in front of a dude. I don't know how to describe it without, like, you actually just playing it. But, like, it's fast-paced. It's, like, a good time. It might be also because the competition's, like, awful. But dying in this game doesn't feel annoying. I mean, sometimes it does when you spawn, like, nowhere near anybody. But, again, that's just a Lifeboat issue. I will say, compared to other games on the Hive, this would be very simple. But Hive could change that. Ooh, they could change it so easily. I mean, like, hear me out. They have Ground Wars, and that's just their version of Turf Wars, but like they could easily make a version of this. All you gotta do is add some fun power-ups. Maybe switch out the bows for crossbows, or maybe that's like a power-up you can find that switches the bows to crossbows. Maybe you can just have a power-up that gives you a crossbow with a rocket, and it just blows up everyone in the area. You could give an Ender Pearl as a power-up. You could even have like kits, like based on each kill you get an Ender Pearl, or like you get a I don't know what else you could get. You can get speed for a few seconds, or strength. I guess strength doesn't really work because bows still exist, but you do have swords. And I mean, you do have to build up a few maps for this. Like you can't really just implement this on any of the maps you currently have, but that, you know, that's fine. A few maps is not that hard to make, probably. I don't know. But just any type of game where the goal is to get the most kills as possible, I think would do really well on Hive. Like, that's all this is. There's a timer, and then you can see on the top right I have 40 kills. Like, what? How did I get 40 kills? It's just super fast paced, and that makes it really fun. Like, I saw the difference between Ghost Invasion and Mob Game and players, okay? Mob Game's destroying Ghost Invasion when they're both out, because Mob Game is just faster paced. I don't even know if that's true. I don't think it is, but whatever. This is much more similar to Mob Game, is what I'm saying, and that game did really well. So I don't know. I don't know if really well. It did pretty well. I'm just saying. Look, as an LTM, try it, Hive. It might be good. You could also have like power ups. I guess power up ideas that I haven't said. You could have like a zapper, like from Murder Mystery, that just instantly shoots the bow. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe like one of the power ups launches you into the air and gives you an elytra, and you could hit a sick trick shot. I don't know. There's so many things you could do. Maybe one of the things gives you building blocks, and they're like crumbling cobblestone. They'll go away after a bit. Maybe that could be the power up. The thing is all of these, other than crossbows, you could give like a multi-shot crossbow, but most of those are mechanics that already exist on Hive. So I feel like they could add it fairly easily, kind of like how they just added Mob Game and didn't like tell anyone. But Mob Game had like custom stuff, so this could be easier. I don't know, I'm just saying. Just saying. I don't know how coding works, so I'm not even sure if that's true. Anyways, before we go to number 1, I got honorable mention. Now, are these actually honorable mentions? No, they aren't, okay? Why would I do that? Okay, I'd lie to you. Deal with it. No, these are just things that I think Hive should add, so I want to put them in a video, or they should change, or, these are just random things. These aren't games that they should add. What? No, that's not the title of the video. Can you not follow me? Okay, you know what they should do? They should remove sweats. Next title update. Please remove sweats. That would be a lovely feature to add to the changelog. I'm just saying, so many people would be on board with that. So many. Okay, first, like, complaint or whatever. What is this, Hive? Why is the fire this high? I know this is not, like, Hive's fault that Minecraft Bedrock's broken and the fire covers 90% of my screen, but the thing is, like, Hive made me download 40 megabytes of packs to, like, play the server. So, hypothetically, why can't they just add a low fire pack? Like, to the server. Is that not a thing they can do? Can you do that, Hive? Even if they can't do this for some technical reason, I want an answer. Because, like, why has no server done that? Have they just not thought of it? Am I a genius? Am I the best at game design? I think I am. Second thing that Hive should do, just to boost their player count, because I swear CubeCraft does this and it farms players for them. When you die in CubeCraft, it automatically queues you for the next game unless you specifically tell it not to. And now, is that annoying? Sure, probably, but like you can have an option to turn it off in the toggles. Otherwise, though, like a countdown that just queues you into the next Skywars game if you die, I mean, Lord. I mean, it might have like some type of side effect that I'm not thinking about because I'm an idiot, but like, try it, maybe. I guess Hive probably doesn't have that mentality, whatever. They're not gonna listen to anything I say, man. They already are just making fun of me. They probably sent it in their little staff server, and they're saying, "Ha, look at this bozo. We're gonna make sure we don't add any of these, okay?" Whoa, he's fly hacking. That's not allowed. Now, the third honorable mention, or whatever I want to call, just thing that I want to yap about, is like that chompy that I just used. That's cool. Because that chompy is a weekly item, and weekly items are such a good idea. The only issue is there's like 6 of them, man. They get old so fast. Nothing's wrong with them. The ones they have are great, but this is more just a general thing on Hive. Why don't we add like mechanics that we've already done for other games? Like, there's nothing stopping you from adding a wind charge as a Skywars weekly item. That'd be pretty cool. You already have the wind charge for Bed Wars. A fireball from Bed Wars, I don't know. Maybe even a vaulted Bed Wars item, like the fall boots, man. Fall boots in Skywars? That'd be funny. You could add a fall boots and a wind charge as a combination. You'd add fall boots and like a spell of levitation. I don't know. I get that they haven't been adding weekly items, but I just think more generally Hive should like use some of the mechanics that they already have more in their games, if that makes sense. I think it'll make more sense when I go to the number 1 option, because the number 1 option relies on that quite a lot, and it's party games. Now, the only version of this on Bedrock that I really know of is Minerware, and it's on CubeCraft, and it annoys me so much because this isn't like One in the Chamber on Lifeboat, because that game's like decent, but it could have been great, and that's what's like annoying about it, because it's on Lifeboat. It's not that good. But like on CubeCraft, this game should be great, and they made it bad. Oh, because all of the games don't work, and that's kind of to be expected when they have to have so many mini games, but like it's also just like what was that? Even as much as I'm making fun of it, it's still a good time on CubeCraft because this game concept is just so good. You have like 5 little mini games. I mean, obviously CubeCraft has like 15. I'm pretty sure Hypixel has 8 mini games. But like you don't need to have all that many because obviously like I'm pretty sure Hypixel's party games only has like 8 games and every single one of them is played in every single game. Now, CubeCraft's games are as simple as like jump in the void. That's just how I got a point, man. I jumped in the void. Now, Hive could do a little bit more with this, you know, than jump in the void, but honestly, I don't think they need to do a lot more. Like genuinely, it's not that it's not that deep. Minerware or party games or whatever you want to call it just has to be a quick little things that you can do. It's a great time. Each round is like 15 seconds, and that's it. And what I'm saying is that Hive has so many old mechanics that they could easily turn into like 15 to 30 seconds to a minute long mini games that they just aren't using. Like I'm not even asking for like the Sonic Party games they had back, because the Sonic Party games, like that's more deep than what I'm asking for. Some of those games, like the one where you dash through rings, that could be an awesome like version of a game. Obviously, you probably can't use the Sonic IP. They're probably not allowed to do that. But you could just have like some type of glowing orb in the sky that you have to use the dash mechanic from that to go up and get. Even like a tiny game like Nemo Slap or Spleef, like those lobby mini games that they made as like a throwaway joke in the arcade lobby, those could all be party games. And if you really need to, you can just throw in mini versions of like full games that already exist, like a little mini gravity map, or even better, like one of the parkour worlds levels, like one of the moderate difficulty ones. You just throw that into a mini game, and it really doesn't need to be all that much to be a good party games game mode. I know as soon as I like stop my recording, instantly I'm gonna have like 50 ideas for mini games that I'm probably like I definitely had before the recording started. I just forgot as soon as I started recording because I'm an idiot. But like, trust me, there's lots of good ideas. Like Hive, hire me. I'm actually the best at ideas, as you can tell by Bed Wars Bro Moments Part 4 existing on my channel. And see, this is why I think CubeCraft did a bad job of it, because it's such a nice fast-paced game mode, and then it's a 90-second bow spleef game where nobody actually dies, so they all win, and then it says third defect YT with the 14 point 3 times. Like, the game doesn't function, and it's still good on CubeCraft. Hive could just, ooh. Oh, they could do so well with this. Like, even though I'm calling it party games, it would be closer to CubeCraft Minerware because it would be micro games. Look, I don't think that party games is the most likely option on this list, but it would just be so cool if they turned their existing mechanics into CubeCraft Minerware. Like, imagine a game where it's everyone gets like 10 chompies and you just gotta survive on a giant like stone platform that's 10 blocks thick. That'd be hilarious, dude. Or you get like a 20 block wide circle and everybody has wind charges with the funny knockback that Hive likes. You can also do like the more casual games that CubeCraft has on their Minerware where it's like, ooh, find the block in the chest, but like, you know, those are lame. Hive could do a better version of that somehow, probably. Anyways, I'm sure there was at least one half good idea in here. Probably. And you know what that half good idea is? Subscribe to me. Yeah, that's not the good idea. Anyways, bye.